What's up guys, Omni here. You guys know how it goes, another day, another video. Last night I tweeted I sleep. What recent news, topics, tweets, videos y'all want me to talk about tomorrow? Hey guys, I'm going to keep today's video pretty short, okay? There's a few really important things you guys need to know really fast, and then we're going to jump and save the best for last. We are going to pay homage and legacy to Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, who as of yesterday reportedly has died at the age of 68. There's more news and information that came after that news came out that I'll let you guys know. And that's the homie and the boy, okay? I'm not going to waste any time with any crazy drama or anything today, okay? Just some really important things you really need to know, and then we'll jump into that, okay? So as I said before, saving the best for last, before we pay homage to Akira Toriyama, we have some absolutely insane news when it comes to TikTok. It might be the end. It's actually kind of happening. People have been speculating it. It's been kind of news saying how the United States government has been trying to shut it down potentially, and it looks like Congress just unanimously agreed to a law that will ban TikTok if ByteDance does not sell it in 165 days. That means if you have TikTok, if you're a TikTok creator, if you know anybody who creates TikTok, or if you watch TikTok, there is a good chance that this app will no longer be available on your phone. This is pretty astronomical for many reasons. You have plenty of people who live in the United States who have made TikTok their means of absolutely living, and getting that completely yoinked because of this law is pretty terrifying. This article from Todd Sprengler of Variety, and many articles have all been coming out as of last night and this morning ever since this hearing. U.S. House Committee passes a bill that would ban TikTok in the U.S. if the Chinese parent company does not sell the app. The TikTok says that the proposed law would strip millions of Americans of constitutional right of free expression. There are a lot of words over here, but I'm only going to read the ones that matter the most. Specifically this one that says it passed Thursday in the House Energy and Commerce Committee in a 50-0 vote. It was absolutely unanimous. Not a single person voted as an opposition. It has been the target of American lawmakers on both sides of the aisle who are concerned over its ties to China and how TikTok handles US users' data. For those of you guys who do have TikTok, this probably popped up on your phone the other day. It said stop a TikTok shutdown. Congress is planning a total ban of TikTok. Speak up now before your government strip 170 million Americans of their constitutional right to free expression. This will damage millions of businesses, destroy the livelihoods of countless creators across the country, and deny artists an audience. Let Congress know what TikTok means to you and tell them no, to vote no. And then here you can actually show call now, enter your 2-digit zip code, which then takes you to the specific district that you can literally just call and say, don't, please. Again, if somebody has little faith in this system, okay, and he had a 50-0 unanimous decision, I don't know how effective it is to just sit there and call someone and complain about TikTok. I'm like, hey, can you guys please not do this? All right, thanks, bye, click. I don't know if it works or not. So TLDR, everyone's been talking about how TikTok might get banned, but it looks like we're creeping closer and closer, okay? If you create content on TikTok, I would suggest moving to a different platform, YouTube Shorts or Instagram or somewhere else, or at least just basically diversifying yourself. Because the United States is coming after these guys real hard and real fast. I'll keep you guys posted if there's any other huge announcement, but it looks like as of right now, we have a 180 down countdown till the end of TikTok. Apparently, Jake Paul is going to be fighting Mike Tyson July 20th on Netflix, but to be honest, I don't think that we care, okay? I'm getting tired of just watching Jake Paul fight like old black people, even if it's Mike Tyson, right? It feels like this is just a very huge exhibition match. He's probably going to let Mike Tyson, just smack him down. There's no way Mike Tyson is going to go down, but it's just, at this point in time, it's exhausting, right? It feels like it's just all a charade and a sham. It feels more so like to be a fun exhibition match, a hee-hee-ha-ha's. Everybody watch this, and then everybody on their side gets paid, and then it just feels like it's scripted. It doesn't feel like this is an actual match that anybody should care about. I'm hoping to see Jake Paul get knocked the hell out by Mike Tyson, but also if Mike Tyson gets knocked out by Jake Paul, I think that might start a race war. So the results of this match might be dire. Also, what you probably need to know, very important, okay, Biden gave his State of the Union address yesterday, okay? I didn't even watch it. I forgot that thing was even happening, but I'll give you guys a quick TLDR, just the things that you really need to know, okay? The TLDR, I'm not going to go into the weeds of this thing. There seems to be only like 4 or 5 takeaways. First one having to do with Donald Trump. Biden opened the speech with very denunciations of the rioters who stormed the Capitol on January 6, 2021, then singled out Republicans in the chamber and the GOP foe Trump, but he refused to utter Trump's name, saying saying that, quote, my predecessor and some of you here seek to bury the truth about January 6th, end quote. He wrapped that into a larger theme that democracy is threatened like no time since the Civil War, signaling a clear line of attack he will use against the man he would not name. So yeah, Biden treating Trump like he's Voldemort. Kind of weird, kind of strange, but whatever. Early another point was addressing the fact that he is an old man. People calling him Sleepy Joe and saying potentially, hey, does he have dementia? Is he too old for office? A lot of people worry that those bones are getting a little bit too old and maybe that brain isn't fully functional. On both sides, actually. People saying that Trump is a little bit too old too as well. Anyway, when he was asked about his age and how it affects his ability to be president, Biden's stock answer is, watch me. On Thursday night, he delivered what a ton of own supporters had found wanting. It was a high-energy, forceful speech, and at times he taunted Republicans with ad-libs. When they heckled his support for bipartisan border security legislation, Biden said, look at the facts. I know you know how to read. He would be 86 at the end of the second term, of Republicans, though Trump is only 4 years younger, have relished slicing and dicing videos of the president to make him look as feeble as possible on social media. Long and short of it is that Donald Trump and Biden are old as hell, and both of them can trip on a slither of grass and break their entire body and then just shrivel up and fly into dust. Okay, that's who we got running for president right now. He also brought up a point when it comes about healthcare, talking about how it is overpriced. I think at one point saying something about making sure that it doesn't go over $2,000 a year for, like, you know, every single individual in the United States. I don't know. When it comes to these things, both sides, I feel like a lot of them just make all of these ridiculous, crazy promises and they just never come true. Again, maybe I'm not the person that should be telling you guys this news, but I feel like it's just a whole bunch of baloney. Just telling you the biggest lies as possible so they can get elected, and then things just continue to run as normal. That's how I feel about it, okay? But let me try not to be too biased about the system, I suppose. He talked about the war on Gaza. This one's pretty important because we need to know what our involvement is that's happening over there. Biden announced plans for the U.S. military to help establish a temporary pier on the coast of Gaza, an effort that the administration says should significantly boost the flow of aid into the besieged territory. Hamas says ceasefire delegation has left Cairo, talks to resume next week. Every single week, basically, there's always a talk of ceasefire or a temporary ceasefire, but never actually just kind of happening. The unveiling of the plan was perhaps the most substantive element of his address that touched on the war and allowed Biden to demonstrate that he's taking action in the face of anger and defiance from some Democrats over his strong support for Israel, even as the Palestinian death toll mounts. It also comes after Biden last week approved the U.S. military airdropping aid into Gaza. The temporary pier, Biden said, will enable a massive increase in humanitarian assistance getting into Gaza, but at the same time, he called on the Israelis to do more to alleviate the suffering even as they try to eliminate Hamas. Quote, to Israel, I say this humanitarian system cannot be secondary consideration or a bargaining chip, Biden said. Sounds like they're trying to provide aid to the people in Gaza without poking the bear and starting an all-out war between us and Israel, because, I mean, obviously we have connections with them. Untitled Middle Class Glow has to do with you and I, okay? They're talking about taxing the rich, for real, for real. I feel like I hear this all the freaking time. Someone comes in there, we're going to tax the billionaires, 30%, blah, 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 and it's like, no, you're not. All you people are getting paid out by them. There's no way that you're going to pass any bills that are going to destroy the rich when the rich is what's lobbying the freaking people that are working for our government. But let's see what he has to say. Biden said there should be a minimum tax rate of 25% on billionaires, saying, quote, no billionaire should pay a lower federal tax rate than a teacher, a sanitation worker, or a nurse. Sure. I agree with you, but just do it. I mean, it looks like you guys can take down a freaking company. If you can take down TikTok, I don't see why you can't just ban some billionaires, right? I mean, how many billionaires are there compared to the amount of people who are about to be affected by TikTok, okay? The president talks about cracking down on junk fees that it can chip away at Americans' budgets. He criticized snack companies for shrinkflation, which means getting less product for the same price. You get charged the same amount and you get about 10% fewer Snickers in it. So yeah, it sounds like Biden's just saying the middle class, we're getting got. We're getting got. That's just the end of it. But again, I don't see this legislation in no way, shape, or form actually doing anything to help it. So I'll keep you guys updated on what's going to be this ridiculous, crazy, wild ride between President Biden and Donald Trump. All right, guys, now that we've gotten some of the important news out of the way, all right, let's get to the tribute. Let's get to this news here that you guys are all aware of. I don't think any of you guys are shocked or surprised at this point. You've probably seen it flying around your timeline. It's an announcement. It's a news. It's a death that is basically shaking and rumbling the entire world all at once. Akira Toriyama, creator, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, dies at 68 as of yesterday. And I tweeted, absolutely tragic. Rest in peace. Man, this one is hitting me really hard. And I think a lot of you guys are feeling exactly what I'm feeling without me having to communicate, because that's just how strong of an impact that Akira Toriyama had on our lives, on human beings, on this planet. While trying to process this information, this shock, this death that I don't feel like has shook me since like maybe like Kobe or Robin Williams, one that's kind of just shook the entire world and has made death so apparent, such a memento mori situation here with like, oh my God, this is somebody who has touched almost every single person's life in some kind of way that has changed and altered lifelines. Millions of people impacted, changed personality, what they do, their careers. So many of us would never be exactly where we are if it wasn't for Akira Toriyama creating Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, also creating Dragon Quest and a lot of other things. This man was the man. I tweeted, Akira Toriyama dying feels like the entire world just broke. The Dragon Ball universe has altered so many of our lives and will change millions to come. Words cannot describe the magnitude of his impact. Legend in every sense, the greatest of all time. Rest in peace to the GOAT. Truly the GOAT of shonens. For those of you guys who are not into the anime space, you still know who this man is. You still know who Goku is. You might not have known that Akira Toriyama was the person who created it, but you know goddamn well who Goku is. People who don't even watch Dragon Ball Z know what a Kamehameha is, know what a spirit bomb is, have tried to turn Super Saiyan. It's impossible for you not to know what this man created. So the news first broke out last night at 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern when the official Dragon Ball account had tweeted this. It was a message that says, "Dear friends and partners, we are deeply saddened to inform you that manga creator Akira Toriyama passed away on March 1st due to acute subdural hematoma. He was an age of 68. So it's March 8th. He died last week on March 1st. It's literally 7 days from now. About a friggin' week ago. It's our deep regret that he still had several works in the middle of creation with great enthusiasm. Also, he would have many more things to achieve. However, he has left many manga titles and works of art to this world. Thanks to the support of so many people around the world, he has been able to continue his creative activities for over 45 years. We hope that Akira Toriyama's unique world of creation continues to be loved by everyone for a long time to come. We inform you this sad news with gratefulness for your kindness during his lifetime. Funeral service was held with his family and a very few relatives. Following his wishes for tranquility, we respectfully inform you that we would not accept flowers, condolence gifts, visiting, offerings, and others. Also, we ask you to refrain from conducting interviews with his family. Future plan for a commemorative gathering is not decided. We will let you know when it's confirmed. We deeply thank you for your understanding and support as always. Guys, when I tell you that this death shook me, in a way that I don't think I've been shook in an extremely long time. When I first saw the report, saw saw things passing around, saw the information circulating, I was like, God, that's a terrible joke. That's a terrible joke. Why would people spread that? But also, I'm in the phase 2 now where I'm like, but also, is it true? Because that would be absolutely terrifying. We hear about these fake news, so I was in denial, looked into it a little bit more, found the confirmation, and my heart sank to the bottom of my stomach, because this man specifically for me has had such a huge impact on my life. And it's not one of those things where I say kind of lightly, like, oh yeah, something had a huge impact on me and I kind of had inspiration, blah, blah, blah. No. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z literally changed my life and saved me. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z has impacted many people in different kinds of way. I know firsthand how it's affected me and also the black community, how we kind of looked up to Goku and Dragon Ball Z and Vegeta and Gohan and watching these things on Saturday so that we can go there and start power up and leveling up and giving us the energy and the strength to be like, hey, we need to overcome adversaries. We took what we saw in these shows and we quite literally directly put it into our everyday lives of trying to figure out how to level up and be stronger and overcome enemies. It was a one-for-one translation as us growing up watching this and feeling like, how do we apply this to our real lives? And it has saved many of us for doing so. I know my brothers over in the Hispanic Mexican communities too as well has been hit very hard by this, okay? Again, this is not something to say that has hit some groups harder than none, but I just know specifically when it comes to the black community and the Mexican community, okay? These things things were in our soul, right? Like Goku, Dragon Ball Z was in our DNA. Regardless of race, Akira Toriyama and the creation of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Quest, he transcended the concept of race. He brought people together through the fractive ideology of Goku, a guy who just wants to keep getting stronger. And we looking at him being like, yeah, I want to get stronger too. I want to fight too. I want to be better too. You know, I want to overcome adversaries too. There's some more updates that I'm going to show you guys in a little bit, but if you guys don't mind, I want to like to pay like my own personal tribute as well. I haven't showed a lot of people these, don't make fun of me, okay? But cue the Omni flashback. I used to draw Dragon Ball Z pictures and like back in the day, bro, I drew this a long time ago, bro. He inspired me to start drawing. Like many people, we would go up in school, and while we were, you know, not paying attention in class, we would be up here just scribbling and drawing and looking at the things and trying to copy, trying to learn how to draw like Akira Toriyama. This is just one of like 50,000 different pictures that I've made. I haven't been able to find all of them. Do not make fun of me, okay? I know that Trunks doesn't have a face. I know the hand. I got lazy with the hand right here, so that's the I know it's bad. I couldn't even finish my man's foot because I didn't know what it looked like, but I have a classic picture of Vegeta here that I will be selling for 1 million Bitcoins. I have the classic Trunks picture. Yup. I know what you know what's wild is that you guys can see, right? You guys can see this right here and know exactly what picture I drew, what that reference was from when it came from Trunks. A lot of you are like, yup, I've seen this picture probably a billion times. And some of you might have even drawn it. Here's the last one I'll show you guys. You know this picture of Gohan as well. It says Gohan, January 17th, 2001, 23 years ago. Oh my God, bro. This is like, oh my God. I'm not over exaggerating when I say that the creation of Dragon Ball Z, Akira Toriyama has quite literally changed the course and history of my life. And without it, I don't actually know who I would be, because a lot of the personality growing up as a kid that I recall was wanting to watch Dragon Ball Z and Vegeta and get stronger and emulate. And then it got me into other anime as well. And all of the other anime that you guys watch, even right now, all again, inspired. He inspired life. There's literally no way else to put it, okay? Like how Nujabes inspired the concept of lo-fi hip-hop and how that's become this ridiculous genre, okay? Akira Toriyama did the exact same thing when it came to anime, but also life as well. This man was, Jesus. Creator of One Piece, okay? Ichiro Oda, another GOAT in the anime space, actually already talked about this to pay homage, and it's heartbreaking. Saying it's too early, the hole is too big, the thought of never seeing you again fills me with sadness. I admired you so much since I was a child, and I even remember the day when you called me by my name for the first time. I also missed the day when I had a great time with Mr. Kishimoto on the way home from the day when he used the word friend for us. For those of you guys who don't know, Kishimoto being the person who created Naruto, who also had a message to say that I'll let you guys know soon after. For any of you guys who are not familiar when it comes to anime hits, okay, Dragon Ball Z was a shonen, and Ichiro Oda, One Piece is also a shonen, and also Naruto is also shonen. They're like the kings of shonen of this type of genre of anime. He is one of the people who took the baton from the era when reading manga would make you stupid and created an era where both adults and children read and enjoy manga. He showed us the dream that manga can do things like this and that we can go to the world. He gave it to me. It was like watching a hero push forward. The excitement he experienced when he serialized Dragon Ball is probably rooted in the childhoods of creators who are active in all industries, not just manga artists. That existence is a great tree. For manga artists of my generation who have stood on the same stage, the closer I got to Toriyama's works, the more I realized that he had a greater presence. So scary. But I'm just happy to see this easygoing man himself again, because we love Toriyama sensei on a blood level. That's, like I said, he is in our DNA. Okay, quite literally Dragon Ball Z. If you know, you know. If you've lived on this earth and he's impacted you in the way that he's impacted me, then without even communicating or saying it, it's in our DNA what he has done for us growing up. I would like to express my respect and gratitude to the world of creativity left behind by Professor Toriyama, and pray for his repose and peace. I hope that heaven will be a pleasant world just as you envisioned it. Oh my goodness, man. This is heart-wrenching. He's referring to, obviously, if you guys have watched Dragon Ball Z, you know, he has a version of what heaven looks like. Snake Way and King Kai. And oh man, oh God, I kind of already went through it last night and had trouble sleeping, and this one already hit me, but just kind of rereading this is just, it's oof at me. It's hard, it's rough, it's heartbreaking, it's a bit shattering. I'll also read this message here from Masahashi Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto. Said, honestly, I don't know what to write or how to write about something so sudden. However, for now, I would like to express my thoughts and feelings for Toriyama sensei, something I wish he would have asked me someday. I grew up with Dr. Slump in the lower grades of elementary school and Dragon Ball in the upper grades, and it was a natural for me to have his manga next to me as a part of my life. Even if I had a bad experience, watching Dragon Ball every week made me forget about it. It was a relief for me, a country boy who had nothing, because Dragon Ball was really fun. It was when I was a university student. Suddenly, the Dragon Ball that had been a part of my life for so many years ended. I felt an incredible sense of loss and didn't know what to look forward to. But at the same time, it was also an opportunity for me to truly understand the greatness of the teacher who created Dragon Ball. I also want to create works like yours. I want to be like my teacher. Dang, man. This is rough. This is making me tear up a little bit, okay? Because I mean, I get the energy of wanting to be and emulate your heroes, man, and then seeing him actually inspire the artists of One Piece and Naruto and that train of thought process. I think we can all identify with that feeling. He said, as I followed in my teacher's footsteps and aspired to become a manga artist, that feeling of loss began to disappear because making comics was fun. I was able to find new fun by following my teacher. My teacher has always been my guide. I admired it. I apologize for the inconvenience, but I would like to express my gratitude to the teacher. For me, he was the god of salvation and the god of manga. We met for the first time. I was so nervous that I couldn't say a word. However, after meeting him many times at the Tezuka Prize screening committee, we became able to talk. As Dragon Ball children, I and Mr. Oda went back to being children again, and when we talked about excitedly about how much Dragon Ball was fun, as if we were competing with each other, I forgot how he looked a little embarrassed and smiled at me. I can't. I have just received the news of the death of my teacher. I feel an even greater sense of loss than when Dragon Ball ended. I still don't know how to deal with this hole in my heart. Now I can't even read my favorite Dragon Ball. I don't feel like I've been able to properly write the sentence that I want to convey to my teacher. Everyone around the world was looking forward to seeing your work. If Dragon Ball's one wish really comes true, I'm sorry. Maybe that's selfish, but it's sad, Sensei. Thank you, Akira Toriyama Sensei, for all your enjoyable works for over the past 45 years. And thank you very much for your hard work. We are sure that the remaining family members are still deeply hurt. Please take care of yourself. I pray that Mr. Akira Toriyama rest in peace. Kishimoto. That, oh my God, bro. I'm in ruins. I'm a wreck. Sorry guys. I'm a wreck right now. I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to stay composed, right? And it's just, you know, I know some people might be thinking too, like it might be a little weird to be, you know, crying or sad for, you know, they might have never actually met before, right? But I feel like, I mean, for at least for me and a lot of people probably watching that, Dragon Ball Z and Akira Toriyama and what he created, that series changed our lives. For a lot of people, I used to joke about how like anime was kind of like my dad. Like I had like a dad and everything there. Some of them were bad and whatever, but I was kind of disconnected. I didn't really have like a strong father figure, I would say, in my life growing up. And for a lot of, you know, people that I know who were kind of absence of that, we went after, you know, media. We found it in anime. We found Goku being a good or bad dad. That joke is always there. But we found a lot of our guidance and our values of how to be either a man or how to grow, overcome. We learned a lot of values from Dragon Ball Z. I know it sounds stupid to some people, but it was literally what we used to solve real problems and become stronger and overcome issues. And a lot of us wouldn't be here today if we didn't have that guidance. He feels like, in a way, a dad and a father. And it's breaking my heart. People die all the time, and obviously Akira Toriyama cannot live to be, you know, forever and ever. I know that, you know that, but I feel like the world has lost something like big and huge. I know that he still wanted to probably create more works, and I'm so sad that we didn't get to see that come to fruition. But I'm hurting, man. This one hits. This one hits real hard, and I know a lot of people are hurting too. And I just want to let you guys know, man. Like, you know, you're not alone. We're the entire world, for us, the anime community, wherever you are, we're grieving together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being able to keep it together. But man, this one hits hard. It's one of those things where you just know or you don't know. You feel it or you don't feel it. He's impacted you or he hasn't. And for a lot of you, I think a lot of you understand the feelings and emotions that I'm going through. So this is me. I'm going to wrap up today's video. Again, this is me paying homage to Akira Toriyama, saying rest in peace to the GOAT, to the legend, to the best who's ever done it in the entire world. It's so sad to see him go, but I'm so glad that he's been here to impact our lives in the way that he's impacted our lives, because I think he's brought so much good energy and positive forces to so many people in a good way. There's not many men who exist, have existed, or will exist that will be able to bring so much change in a positive way to so many people all at once, and going forward to people who are not even born yet, you know, who are going to grow up and encounter Dragon Ball Z. His legacy is immortal, and he's going to be changing and impacting lives for the better for all of eternity, I feel. And I'm, again, just grateful to be able to experience that. My condolences go to his family and his close friends. And yeah, guys, I gotta back out, okay? I gotta tap out because I am a freaking wreck. This is a side of myself that I don't think I've ever shown on YouTube, a vulnerability side that since some close friends have passed away. So but I did want you guys to just see my authentic self here, because I mean, this is just me talking with you guys, specifically those of you guys who understand how I'm feeling. So yeah, guys, that's it. All right, I'm going to wrap up, because otherwise I'll be sitting here crying like a baby the entire time. That's Akira Toriyama. I'll let you guys know if there's any updates in terms of what's going to happen with, you know, the Dragon Ball universe, what's going to happen with his works. I'm sure there's going to be more updates and more developments. I mean, you know, his works will be here forever and ever. I know there's new stuff that he's dropping in April as well with a new series. I think it's called Sandlot. I got to go double check that one as well. But one more time, rest in peace to the GOAT. Love you, my man. Thank you for changing my life, and thank you for changing everyone who's been watching this video as well. Thank you for changing theirs as well. All right, I got to get out of here because I'm a big baby, okay? I don't know if you guys know, when I watch anime, I cry all the freaking... I never cry for anything, right? Stub my toe, I'm fine. Break my leg, I'm fine. I'm good. But I can watch like some anime, some Dragon Ball Z or something to see that inspiration that he created and that energy, and I will be on the freaking floor. Just crying. So you guys now have discovered my crybaby side. But yeah, I love you guys, okay? Stay strong. Be good to each other. I love you guys. And you know, I hope this is not being me overstepping or overreaching, but I do hope one of my inspirations of making content and talking to news and what I've been doing over the past life is to somehow figure out how to emulate my teacher, in a way, Akira Toriyama, how to impact people's lives in the exact same way, to make their lives better than it was before they saw my content. And I'm going to continue to use that energy that he's fed into me to try to feed onto you guys and create that feeling, that experience, that impact, as long as I can, because I think that's what I'm here on this earth for. So all right, guys, I'll get out of here. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. Y'all have a good day. Have a good week. And I'll catch you next Monday. Okay? All right. I'm going to wipe these tears and go wipe my snot. I love y'all. Y'all take it easy. Peace.